Some of you might be wondering, what is a pharma guy doing here? How many of you? Raise your hands. Exactly, even I was wondering when I was called to do this. But then, many, many years back, I used to be in retail, and I used to run this conference called RetailCon. And Kumar then called me up and said, Arun, we are missing you, you should come back. And I said, but I don't know anything about retail now. I only know how to sell medicines. But having said that, I think what I would like to do today here is get a customer's perspective, because I'm a shopaholic and I've been there, and when I joined Shopper Stop, everyone in the family said, you joined the right industry. Now you'll get discounts. And then I realized there are no discounts. So the subject today about disruption, about digital, about innovation, I guess the previous speaker, Mr. JJ, that's how I would like to refer to him, talked about some very interesting concepts about how retail is changing. And one of the examples that I liked was the Nature's Basket, where he's talking about the brick and mortar connecting with what digital is trying to do. But having said that, I guess before we get started, I would like each of my panelists to give a 15-second introduction about themselves and their companies. Why 15 seconds? Because that's the average time in an elevator that we spend in India. And this is an elevator pitch. So let's start from there.
Thanks. My name is Amitava Saha. I started a company called firstcry.com, which is in e-commerce. We are in babies and kids space. We are the largest online e-commerce company, plus we are omni-channel. We have 65 offline stores as well.
Right.
Okay, good evening. My name is Anil Shankar. I'm from ShopperStop. I think that's probably sufficient.
That's what's in a brand name. So I'm Mridul Srivastav. I run marketing and strategy for BT in India. BT is one of the largest network IT services provider in India and provides a whole range of network IT services, including a very strong practice for retail.
Hi, I'm Chirag. I work for ThoughtWorks. We are a custom software development company, well known for our approach to software, which is very agile, very iterative, very fast. I've been a developer most of my career, and I'm really happy to be here to talk to a lot of people from retail companies. It's a pleasure.
I'm Govind from Levi's. So as you can see from my attire, so we say, jeans is our jeans.
That's a good tagline to have. I think some people went beyond the 7th floor, but that's okay. We'll pardon them for the first time. While I was sitting in the audience, one of my neighbors asked me the question. A lot of ideas come out within organizations about disruption, but hardly very few get implemented. And as they get implemented, they struggle through existence until somewhere they kind of reach an equilibrium. So if ideas are cheap, how do you ensure that that idea that you had, the $1 million idea, actually sticks? And I'm going to start with my friend here, Govind, because I've been a big fan of Levi's, and Levi's has created a very interesting proposition. But I'm sure there are ideas that you come across which somewhere down the line, it goes through the analysis paralysis, and until then, the idea is no longer relevant. What do you do?
Okay, to me, one of the most interesting things which we all have, almost all the large organizations are having, Facebook pages and other social media pages and all that, and where we have, somebody is having 4 million likes and somebody is having 10 million likes, somebody is having 2 million likes and all that. What do we do of those 2 million likes and all that? How do we translate that into a reality? How do we generate the business benefit out of that? And secondly, how do we influence, for example, in case of Levi's, how can we influence the design of a jeans or the design of a top with the help of the ideas which we are getting over the social media using big data or whatever that technology is. So to me, that is one of the biggest things.
So that's an interesting point you raised, and there's a company called Blue Seal in the US which actually used to do that, source ideas from their customers and deliver them as designs to the stores. They were into fast fashion, so no fashion lasted beyond 12 weeks. But having raised that question about the likes, let me ask Anil Shankar. I think amongst the people here, you probably have the largest number of likes on your Facebook page. Is it necessary to start converting those likes into revenue, or is there something else you can do about it?
Yes, at one point of time, obviously, everybody would want to convert those likes into some sort of revenue recognition. At this moment of time, I would say that it is difficult to even quantify the benefits that you're getting from these likes. But this is probably the early stage in terms of your journey. The beginning stage probably could be in terms of sentiment analysis, because a lot of feedback goes out there. And a lot of people probably leave feedbacks, complaints, or suggestions in the form of in the social media, whether it is be it a Twitter or Facebook. And the first thing probably you would wanted to do is in terms of understanding more in terms of sentimental analysis and finding out where we are, how are you faring. And going forward, yes, it is probably important to identify saying that how we can actually convert that into revenue. Around the ideas, I just wanted to add, with your permission, something that we also internally experimented. Last year, we started this initiative, sort of initiative internally within the organization, because we have close to a strong 10,000 odd associates, and we created a small portal internally for idea contribution. And in the first month, we saw 1,000 ideas hitting us. And of course, obviously, people run out of ideas, so the speed probably, the quantity probably fell over a period of time. But the amount of ideas that came in, and it took a big engine to digest those ideas. And at the end of the exercise, or I wouldn't call it as the end of exercise, but it is still continuing. But we could come out with some very, very interesting and very innovative concepts, which we have already deployed, which are already converting into either cost saving or additional revenue for us.
Amitabh, for you, digital was a starting point with FirstCry, starting as a website initially, and then probably branching off into the number of stores that you have today. In your case, you had no legacy, unlike some of the retailers where they were trying to figure out what to do with the internet. How do you use this disruption called Facebook and social media? What did you do differently to ensure that your customers are a lot easily connected with what you have to offer them online? And then how did you get into the next level of disruption where you said, forget digital, I'm also going to go on offline?
I think it's more than the medium. It's it's your intent to connect with the customers that's important. Okay. Today, a lot of people run a lot of social media ads, and I think we discussed also. You post something, people respond, but then the companies respond, and then they forget about it. So it is connecting with the customer is first about listening to them. If a post is made on the social media, you follow up and act on it, close it. Social media is just one of the channels. You can receive a phone call, you can receive an email. How quickly you act on it and close it, and do you have the mechanism, the team to close those, and do you have the, most important, do you have the intent? Say, even if it's, we get worried, even if you say somebody is, while delivering a parcel, the last mile guy has probably not had a smiling face, and the customer somehow had felt offended. Or he was just coming out of a sun, it's just hot and humid, and probably customer would have asked something and said yes. He did not mean anything bad, it was just that he was harried. And the customer wrote saying, the guy was rude to us. So that is followed up, message is passed down the line, the guy is counseled and said, look, we understand you probably meant nothing, but this aspect is also very important. And that aspect is shared without naming the person with other people as well. So what you do with with different mediums is important. Social media is just one of them.
Chirag, all these interesting people who want to sell things obviously come to you to develop some of those interesting applications. How do you ensure that you're able to translate whatever they have as ideas into something that finally, like Amitabh said, customers are able to imbibe?